Okay, now we look at DXY, Euro Dollar USD. So, sorry, I'm banking some USDCAD, sorry. So, what we had here, we have been waiting for this area, this big fib, which is the 38.2 fib. Sorry, that's some alerts coming. So, we have this big fib, which is this big swing from 2001 to 2008. So it's a long-term fib, but we see how it has been holding the price in many occasions. It has been stopping here on the 61.8. We had another fib here on this top, but that's an important fib because we see when we look a little bit deeper that it has been holding the price, and it's kind of a long-term fib that is still holding the price action on DXY. So this is a weekly chart, so it's a weekly or monthly or yearly fib. So we have been waiting for this 38.2. We already touched it in the past. That's, by the way, the one that has been holding the DXY since the beginning. And we have this big confluence here of many weekly and monthly support and resistances. It's a very, very big area that we need to break when we will go lower. So on this move down, there was several levels we have been waiting for, and the next one was this double bottom. So we stopped right to this double bottom, which could be a good sign, because which would be a sign that could tell us that we are going for some more movement on the upside, which is what I was expecting. I am expecting just another leg higher on the DXY, perhaps up to this 50% level. That would be great for a short, or perhaps stop on the 490, 450, 45. That was the 38 fib of another move that I will show you. So it's important to keep this level here. If not, we have lower level. But for now, what we are looking is if we have a follow through in this movement. FOMC has been giving us some momentum on the upside, which is good for our look. It's not a bias. We are trying to look only at what we see and not stick with a bias that could make us make big mistakes. So the other fib I'm looking at here is this movement. So this movement here, this movement from September 2020 to January 21. So this fib has been holding the price to the pip on the 76 for here. That was the top. We had a trend line too that came here, but the fib that did the job is that one. So I look carefully at this one. On the way back up, it should hold the price again, and we can use it as support and resistances beside our tools, our automatic support and resistances that are drawing on the charts. So for sure, for example, this one will give a pullback. Then we can come back inside here, bounce again, and start going in this direction. So it's important to keep that in mind and keep those levels in mind. The last one that I've been looking at very closely is this one. So let me take off this magnet thing. So this one is the one that we have been looking at when we broke above. So it's this complete last swing when we broke above the 23.6. That was a long signal or bullish signal telling us we would go to the next level, which is the 38.2 here, which is 94.45, 94.50 more or less. So what we see here is if we go on the upside, we will have to again break above those levels. You see how the 21.40 has been holding for 2 weeks the price here. the 23.62, we came back and then we get some momentum and could break through it and stop right here, which is, you remember, the 76.4 of this swing we just saw. So that will be the next intermediary fib that we need to keep an eye on in case we go up. And then the target will be this one. We spoke about this 50%, the big one at 96. And there is a big influence with the 50% of this fib and the 50% of the big giant multi-year fib. So that's the long-term view on DXY. In the same time, we can look at euro dollar. So euro dollar, we have been, I think this chart some week ago or something like that. So we were looking at this thing to be an inverted and shoulder pattern. We don't use them a lot, but I look at them. So it could be the case. And I was expecting at this moment, when we were here, I was expecting, I drew it like some weeks ago, I was expecting that we would touch this double top here. That was the same as double bottom on the DXY. And we would come back if we confirm this head and shoulder, only if, we would come back till this area here, which would be the second shoulder. In this case, I would draw it a little bit bigger on this side, of course. I can change that. And we would have this second shoulder like this, even if perhaps that is not inside the shoulder. We don't care about that. So if that is the case, and if we confirm this shoulder, then we would have here some fib, the 200 daily moving average, some 50 daily moving average, black and green level. Green level, that is what we have on our tool that we are using. So here it's important too, because we see that this big fib has been holding the price. We saw that we have some intermediary fib too, but today I want only to stay on this view. Then we finish by this which is our intraday trading entry chart. We saw that we were expecting a pullback from this level. We came here to the peak yesterday, went down. Now we need to break back this green level and go lower if we want to complete with what we are perhaps looking for, which is the head and shoulder and the bounce on the DXY. So yesterday we had this move. What is important now for the one that are using the tools, like especially those price 6 and RS6 tools. So if we see now, that's very important because that's something we have learned. If we see now that with a simple 15-minute setup, it was a perfect setup with both stochastics, RS6 and price 6 giving a right signal. If we move
1 minute
down
before the release, stand by.
Sorry, that's data. So if we move down and see a follow through now, it means we have a temporary shift in the trend, because it means a small signal is sending us on his side, and that would confirm a shift. So it's important to see what's happening here. Exactly the same on the USDCAD that I just posted that on the USDCAD. I took a long here. I banked some already here. It's my last ad, and I took it only based on this small signal we had here. On the 60-minute, we had a triple 60-minute
10 seconds before the release, stand by.
Sorry, it will bother us a little, but I can't avoid it. We have data. So it's important because that's confirmed. We would shift here too with a simple setup giving us a continuation in a new trend that would be upside on the USDCAD.